bear with me. Good evening, my lovelies. Wow, what a year. I've enjoyed really spreading my social media wings over the last year in an effort to keep the hands busy and try to spread as much light and positivity on the seemingly continually darkening situation that has been 2020. I thank every single person, every single dog and cat for your engagement and your positivity. Your ability to try and stay upbeat even when the world is falling apart is incredibly infectious. So I'm very grateful for everyone who tuned in to my live music jams on Instagram, TikTok, who stayed safe in their houses whilst coming along to my home parties. My dog, Willow, she's not so privy to social media, but I can assure you she appreciates every single word of love that you've sent her way in the last 2.5 years of her being on this planet. She's still not on this planet. Willow and I, despite our differences, Willow is a dog to remind ourselves, Willow and I, despite our differences in appearance and taste in food, sing very much from the same hymn sheet. Actually, taste in food's a lie. She loves sausages. Willow sees the light in everyone. Every time, everywhere. Her default is love. Not judgment, not despise. She's not capable of deciding whether she likes you based on your height, age, colour, country, creed, religious beliefs, sexual orientation, your gender identification, job selection, financial disabilities, political parties, athleticism. No. So your views in every aspect, in every way, are no more complex than a 2-year-old Labrador. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, she doesn't enjoy music as much as I do, or the films, but well, who knows? If I can see half as much love in people as my dog can, I'll consider myself to be a very lucky man. I don't condone any person's behaviour or choice of negative words to provoke or incite a secular divisive society any more than Willow condones the mistreatment and horrendous conditions that some dogs and animals have to deal with. Dogs and animals, you know. Willow and I, we stand up for love, acceptance, and the celebration of differences between us all. Man, woman, planet, child, animal, etc. Whatever, from human or dog you may come in, you will never receive anything other than love, acceptance, and celebration of our differences. Well, with the exception of cats, bunnies, or squirrels, Willow's got a real thing for them, so yeah, best keep them away. She is only 2.5, so we still have lots to learn, through lots of lessons that life will surely throw our way. We're far from perfect. You're far from perfect. But the progressive sense of independence and negative selfishness that seems to be globally ever growing as the years go on. I use the phrase negative selfishness in a different way to Willow. She uses it in the sense of happily stealing bacon off my plate when I'm not looking. I use it because selfishness is evolving into a positive. The definition of selfishness, as it stands, is the quality or state of being selfish, lack of consideration for other people. I think that slowly, but increasingly, we are realising the only currency we truly possess is the effect we have on others and the environment around us. It feels good to make someone feel good, safe, loved, cared. It feels good to make someone feel heard. It feels horrible. It feels shit to make someone feel vulnerable. I hate making someone feel hated or abandoned or not listened to, ignored. Now, with this equation in mind, I try to be as selfish as I can. It feels shit to ignore an elderly person asking for help. It feels good to stop your day and help that old man get the shopping up the stairs. I mean, it feels shit to persecute someone for being born on the wrong side of a made-up borderline, of man-made religious beliefs, fabricated categories of secular identification, whether sexually or gender. It feels good to welcome strangers to be loved, not judged. It feels even better to embrace the old saying of variety is the spice of life. But I don't like spicy food, so it's difficult for me to really commit to that. But I do realise that our individual lives are vastly enhanced by embracing others' cultures, beliefs, stories, myths, legends, and passions. Remarkably, we seem to have done just that, completely effortlessly with food. For some, fish and chips is the best meal for a Friday night. Others, chicken noodle soup. Friend of mine does chicken korma. Others, Peking duck or sushi. We seem to not only tolerate the global differences in taste buds, but celebrate them around the world. We've found new tastes for things by relinquishing predispositions and ultimately being vulnerable by trying something new. As a man with the palate of a 7-year-old, this has come slower to me than most. However, eventually, I will get there. In summary, I concur. Millions of people do terrible things every day. They hate. They hurt. They have no problem tearing someone down and ruining people's lives in the process. We should stand up against it. But we should stand up against it under that ideal to then persecute the person speaking ill, well, drowns out the love, drowns out the care and compassion of us, the majority. So I won't call out the individuals that led me to write this. I shan't advertise your poorly chosen words of persecution, thinking that you are standing up for a just cause. I won't suggest for a second that myself, my family, my friends or my colleagues haven't at some point or other made many an error through choice of words, sentiment or beliefs. I will absolutely not spend a minute of my life looking to persecute or punish the people that do put their foot in it at one point or the other. We stand up for the love and life of everyone, full stop. Opinions are only formed from learning. You can't learn anything if you're not allowed to get it wrong. Personalities are proven through the people that proved you wrong, but did so with love and acceptance for their flaws, not through penalising the indoctrinated. Easier said than done, I know. Said my piece, so I'll just sit out for a bit and strive to use my ears twice as much as my mouth. With love, Tom.